Hi everyone, this is another video to a haters video, and he says the Destiny organization claims that culture is made up of cults. So what I'm going to do is say 8 signs of a cult, and I'm going to apply them to our current capitalist, or whatever you want to call it, abusive, exploitative system. 1. Absolute authoritarianism without meaningful accountability. Check. Go where the money goes. You have no money? Bad luck. You will get a shit life. If you're born in a shit position, if you're born in a poor position, with a poor country and starving parents, then you will suffer. And accountability, like all the egoists in our system are accountable, the big banking guys giving each other bonuses for failing, the corporate owners who use methods of manipulation to sell, even though it creates massive abuse in various forms like animal abuse and sweatshop work in different countries, and burnt out employees, etc. Point 2. No tolerance for questions or critical inquiry. Check. You can question and be critical as long as you are no threat to the status quo. So there is a guarded tolerance. As long as you still walk in line, it's all good. As long as the basic system is still running, you're good to go. Point 3. No meaningful financial disclosure regarding budget expense, such as an independently audited financial statement. Check. Banking secrets, money out of nowhere, money spent on projects that create more profit but destroy the planet, etc. 4. Unreasonable fear about the outside world, such as impending catastrophe, evil conspiracies, and persecutions. Check. I mean, look at how many people fear all sorts of things. Have social phobias, conspiracy theories, fear of the apocalypse, paranoia, hell, or simply fear of being outcasted when you don't fit in. And the media extensively supports this. And this can only exist in a system of dishonesty and separation, where the system supports this kind of behavioral development. 5. There's no legitimate reason to leave. Former followers are always wrong in leaving, negative or even evil. Check. Basically, it's even worse. If you leave, you'll most likely die. And if you do not follow the profit-driven machine, then you're not a good worker, aka slave. You're not working 9 to 5 like anyone else to produce all the useless products that consumers are made to desire, so that profit can be made forever and ever. And if you don't follow in the line, you're bad, a freak, a criminal, you're lazy, or whatever. Even when you're a criminal because you have been born in a poor environment and you have never known anything else than to fight for your survival, or has shaped you and socialized you into a sort of criminal environment around you, the system doesn't care. It doesn't care that it creates abuse and poverty, which creates crimes in itself. It just cares about punishing the crime it creates, so that it can keep existing. 6. Former members often relate the same stories of abuse and reflect a similar pattern of grievance. Check. Just look at history classes. You can't deny it. 7. There are records, books, news articles, or television programs that document the abuses of the group or leader. Check. Libraries, newspaper, internet, everywhere. It will show you all the abuses daily. It is bombarded in our face, but we don't even see it. There's starvation, animal exploitation, destruction of nature, pollution, sweatshop work, child molestation, etc. Various group leaders contribute to this. Our very system contributes to all of this. 8. Followers feel they can never be good enough. Check. So many people feel not good enough. When you're not beautiful enough, when you're not the right shape, you are not good enough according to the system. When you don't work long or hard enough, you're not good enough. When you don't wear the clothing to fit in, you're not good enough. When you say things too much out of control or too much out of the box, you're not good enough. And more people go visit psychiatrists and get depression. But in this system, can someone seriously ever be good enough? Because insecurity makes money, you know? Okay, so these were the 8 points that I was going to reflect on. which they say are cult signs, but are actually very much alive in our society today. People have to wake up and see this. Okay, so there's this comment raised by this person in the video, and he says, and that destiny frees people from the pre-programmed conditioning of the cults of family, religion, money, sex, etc. That's what he's saying about us. Okay, so destiny doesn't. We do this ourselves by applying the tools destiny has shared. Nothing can free you but yourself, and if you had actually taken the time to investigate us, you would have known, and you would have realized what we stand for, and that you act like destiny is this kind of outside thing that comes over your life, and it then tells you about the cults of family. But no, we actually apply these tools ourselves, and we have walked this process ourselves, and anyone who would have been done the same would not say what you are saying. Okay, next. The group's doctrine is considered the incomparable ultimate truth. Okay, what we share is the truth of this world. It are the facts that everyone can see. It's not that it's something hidden or secret, it's in the open. For example, about the mind and the money system, you should do your own investigation. And the tools we use are not like the ultimate truth because it has nothing to do with that. They are tools to find the ultimate truth about yourself. And that's what self-honesty is for. It are tools to change yourself and take responsibility and see within yourself to who you have become and why. And the point we stand by is what's best for all. So it's not that we say follow our doctrine, it is the ultimate truth. No. We share the tools that we have applied for ourselves to be truthful to yourself, self-honest, and to see who you have become and why, and how come people have become who they are, and why this world functions the way it functions right now, and what's actually required to stop it, to stop all the abuse that we allow. Okay, next. Destiny Group Think mentality is embodied by a new age style slogan, oneness and equality. Did you ever take the time to read or hear what we mean with equality and oneness? Oneness is who we are on this planet. We are connected with each other through the system and when we interact. What a person does also influences another or any system in totality. Like when someone buys something, it has an impact somewhere else. Also, the way we function within our minds is the same. It has many different outflows and connections. Yes, I know some people have mental illnesses and etc. But there's the similar core patterns. And how we get shaped and programmed or formed or whatever you want to call it. So the way we exist in this oneness right now is in inequality and in separation and abuse. We are not saying it like the spiritual people. Some spiritual people say that we are all one, and like that sentence and statement in alone is holy. But no, we don't say that. Look around in this world and there's the proof. Look inside your minds and your thoughts during the day about yourself and others, then there is your proof as well. And you either accept it, take the easy way out and say, that's just human, or you take responsibility. But if you don't care, then people shouldn't complain when you're the one being abused and exploited. And equality has to be lived to be real. We are equal in fact, but we have not lived it at all. We create judgments to separate ourselves from each other, where we place the one above the other, deprive a group and raise up another, etc. Look at this planet. There are examples everywhere in our everyday life. This oneness and equality is not just like this new age style slogan that we use. You have to actually see what we mean with it. It has a lot of content. Okay, next. Individual autonomy is seen as insignificant in relation to the so-called principle of equal and one and equal money. Why would the person think in the first place about individual autonomy when he's doing things like, hey, I'm an individual, I'm doing things because I'm an individual? Well, I doubt it's about that, but you can see in our various blogs and vlogs how we all do different things, have different hobbies or preferences, but we also share a lot of things. Why? Because we stand as a group, as a strong group. What is behind what we do is the same, and that is self-honesty and directing our lives to create a change. And if someone's so-called individuality abuses others, then yes, it should not be allowed. And if it doesn't, then no problem. If you want to paint, dance, ski or sing or do whatever, do it and enjoy it. But the point is to be self-honest in whatever that you do. And it's acted like it's a crime that people stand together for a change. Like, oh my god, no, don't stand together, because then you're not an individual anymore. No, it's fucked up. We have to stand together. Next. Yet the financial records of Destiny are not made public. It is, after all, a privately owned for-profit business and a hierarchical dictatorship. It is not a shared investment scheme or a charity, another collective endeavor between equals where financial dealings are made transparent to all. Well, is the financial records of your family or your bank open to you or made public? I don't know a charity that has open records either, and also there's been many charities who have put the money in their own pockets, even bankers. Or say the money goes somewhere, but actually they're lying and it goes somewhere else. We are clear with what we do with the money, with what we stand for. And this will be made clear in the future as well. Of course we use money. We use money to change things. We don't use it for our self-interest. And there's no hierarchical dictatorship, and people who have more questions about it should check my previous videos where I talked about this point. Because this is just an accusation from people who want to find something to point at. And they will use whatever. Next. Members regularly report their thoughts, experiences, feelings, and emotions about themselves and their relationships to the leadership. No, we report this actually to the world, with our blogs and our blogs, and with people around us. Don't you ever report your thoughts and experiences and feelings and emotions about yourself? Or people, like people who visit psychiatrists to talk about their issues? We, people who are participating in Destiny, also those that you call leaders, we are here to assist. If someone wants to talk about what they experience to receive some assistance, then there's nothing wrong with that. I would encourage everyone to be more open about themselves, because there's been too many secrets and individuality now in our society, where we all become more and more boxed up and all want our privacy and forget that we are actually connected with each other, for real. And then when you hide yourself inside yourself, you are not taking responsibility for who you are. And that's a problem, and that's how many abuse is carried on, because there's no accountability for anything. Okay, next quote. If they visit the Destiny farm in South Africa, they will be expected to work for no pay on the premise that this will help them to live in a physical. I visited Destiny farm myself, and I didn't work at all there. Actually, I wish I should have, because I like it, but I didn't, and no one said anything about it. Plus everything was paid for me. I didn't have to pay anything. However, that's not possible anymore. We all depend on money in the system, and you simply can't keep paying for visitors. We are standing for a new system, a new way of life, and that will require many things to change the current one, which we will need money for. But it is haters' video. It acts as if Destiny gathers people to work for them as slaves and gather their money. And by the way, working with the physical does help you to ground yourself. I noticed this myself when I work in the garden, and like with our chickens and cleaning the chicken house, etc., and I really love it. So it does, and you don't have to automatically bombard this to some kind of weird cultish thing.